our 2018 Elinor Long Educator of the Year. Jan?
You have all heard the names of previous recipients. The list is long. It goes back many years to 1984. It is a very humbling experience to be in that list, and it is a great honor to see my name in black and white on that list. 1984 was the end of my 5th year of teaching. I had a 2-year-old son and a 4-month-old baby girl at home. And I remember Elinor Long standing up front and giving the award to the first recipient. Many of you may not remember her, but if you look at that list, I'm sure there is someone on that list that you can relate to, that you can look up to, someone that you can identify with. We're all teachers. We teach, and many of you have taught me. Sue Millaway taught me about abacus and Nemeth code. Jeannie Gardier taught us about CVI before we had anything that was researched to publish. Frank Ejik taught us about all kinds of technology and iPads and apps. Robin Adler and Chris Ament taught us about O&M. And Harry Lasky was my professor at Kutztown. He created a wonderful foundation for me as a teacher. You may remember he said, "If you aren't good enough, I won't write a letter of recommendation for you to sell pencils on a street corner." We're teachers like Annie Sullivan was. Annie Sullivan met Helen Keller in her need where she was. But she also met Captain and Mrs. Keller where they were. We strive as teachers to meet our students where they are and meet their needs. We also meet their parents in the position that they are, and we meet our colleagues where they are. The necklace I'm wearing has Braille embossed on it, and it says teacher. It was very touching to receive this gift from my daughter and son-in-law. It means a lot to me because it explains a part of who I am and a part of my identity. There have been many role models in my life, and I strive to be very much like they were. They give of themselves, and they serve. And Jesus, my Savior, was the greatest example of being a teacher and a servant. Striving to follow that is the best I can do. But as teachers, we give. Sometimes we give a lot. We give of our knowledge. We give of our experience. My colleagues at IU13 know that one of my favorite sayings is, "Experience is what you have the day after you needed it." But we continue to learn. We're always learning and accumulating those experiences so that we can continue to give and share. We impart this to others, and we empty ourselves. Aeneas Williams was a 2014 inductee to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He says his life goal is to die empty. I don't know if that is possible, but I do know, as I continue on this journey, I will never stop learning, never stop teaching, never stop sharing or serving. I thank my IU13 colleagues for nominating me. I do not feel worthy, but I can assure you that I will continue to meet people where they are, continue to serve, and continue to give, because being a teacher will always be a part of me.
failed in my duty. I didn't introduce Greg, who nominated her for the Ellie Award. So if we can just take a second and you can give some background information and then also introduce the staff, the whole freaking staff who's here.
I was going to say I collected all the paperwork. We got together. We nominated Jan. I'm here, I think, today to kind of talk a little bit more about Jan. She's not the type to kind of talk about herself much. She focuses on serving others and teaching and going above and beyond. I was kind of happy to come to this conference and see the theme. It was all about leaders. And in our team, we're very strong and we're all together. Jan would be the leader, one of our strongest leaders of our team. I started at IU 13 3 years ago, and I had the fortune of having Jan as my mentor. And I learned so much from her that helped me as a teacher as well. I can't see myself being where I'm at today without Jan Katz helping me and answering the phone when I had an IEP question, staying at the office until the wee hours of the evening. I mean, she stayed at our office, and I hope you're not embarrassed for me saying this. She's telling me that sometimes the security guys would come through and try to start kicking her out. It'd be about 10 o'clock at night, and but that's just how dedicated Jan is. Jan didn't think about herself. She always thought about the students first. If she had an IEP to get done, if she had a meeting to plan for, if she even had to talk to you on the phone, she cleared her schedule for just you. And that's the one thing I'll, always remember about Jan. She is an amazing person. We're very sad that she's going to be retiring at the end of this year for our team. And it's going to be a huge loss. But the first thing that she told our team, at least, was she was like, "This isn't goodbye. I plan on stopping by for lunch and helping organize our warehouse." So, and not too many people say that. Sometimes people are like, "Hey, I'm retired, I'm out, I'm going to Florida." But no, Jan's going to be near and helping, and we're very happy to see her. So again, I want everyone to just give it up again for Jan, because she's... Thanks again, Debbie.
And then introduce the people who are here. Introduce the support staff. Yeah. Staff.
So I'll do the staff first. I want all the IU 13 staff and alumni staff and all the administrator and supervisors at IU 13 to stand up.
Please.
And this team was the one who came together, and we all of us all agree about what we see in Jan and why we thought that she was deserving of this award. And then Jan, introduce your family.
And I'd like my family to thank my family for attending. My husband, Frank. You have to stand too. My son, Jeff, my daughter, Krista, and her husband, Bob. And I will share, you give me the podium, I will share that it's an interesting story that one of my blind students had an aide back in the day because she had brain surgery. So not only was she totally blind, she was one-handed. And her aide back at that time was Bobby's mom. So here we are all these years later.
Okay, so Jan will receive a plaque, okay, that reads Elinor Long, Educator of the Year, presented to Jan Katz in recognition of outstanding contributions to the field of education of students with visual impairment, April 26, 2018. She'll have all the letters of recommendations in paper form, hard copy format, also electronic format. She's able to take the posters, so we can put that in the warehouse if that's something she may like.
Can I jump in and make an announcement? She has a desk at the IU, and we already determined that that's going to hang above the desk, so that way we always remember Jan, and that was her desk. So yeah.
And then Jan, you also have this bowl, and it reads Elinor H. Long Educator of the Year Award, Jan Katz, 2018. So thank you.